Hello, welcome to another video. On this one we're just going to look at a first corner incident at Church Circuit. So here we go, cars are about to go off and I just want to highlight this because we're changing our rules and this absolutely helps make people understand what's going to happen. Okay, so we're coming into turn one and there is a collision and two cars get pushed off, which is Jag and Black Sheep. Right, we're going to take it back and have a quick look in every account. Right, so we're now on board with Dave Speed, who effectively is the person that got blamed. But anyway, let's have another look. So we're going to quickly slow it down. So Dave Speed there, he is braking. He's dived up the inside. There's not really room there, to be fair. He's on the grass and the curbing. That's a very ambitious manoeuvre. He pushes into Cockney, which then pushes into Black Sheep, which then pushes into Jag. So we will take it back and have a look again. We're not picking on anyone. I have spoke to Dave about this. He's happy for me to show this as an explanation clip. Now we're on board with Cockney. Now he's not really done anything wrong. But he's getting pushed from Black Sheep one side and he's getting pushed from Dave the other. So he's completely sandwiched. So there's no blame on Cockney at all there. Nothing he could do. Nothing he could do at all. I think this incident in particular is probably 4 into 1 doesn't go, I think. So we're now going to have a little look from, I think that's Dave's point of view. Yeah, so Dave and Neil. So we was like, what the hell's going on? And obviously just got rammed off the track there, as you can see. Now, the reason I want to highlight this clip, and like I said, is not to have a go at Dave or anyone in particular, but these incidents are going to happen under the new rules because there's no major damage, you haven't got a pit. There are going to be incidences where this happens, and what we've all got to do is sort of calm down from it. So at the time, we'll just let the race continue in the background. So at the time I was really cross at that. I think me and Neil were both cross because we were like, who the hell pushed us off? But when you actually look at that replay, it's not actually that bad. I mean, it is bad what happened, but how that would be dealt with, let me explain just so you know for the future. So what will happen is when an incident like that happens, it will be looked at after the race. So you won't necessarily know on the night. We will review it as soon as we can, but you won't necessarily know on the night. So what would happen in that case, I would put, I think that was Dave Speed, Cockney, Black Sheep and Jag. All 4 of those cars would be under investigation. Looks like we've got another incident happening on track here between Richard and Fizzgig here. What happens here? Sorry, I'll come back to what I was saying. So Fizzgig hits the corner and Richard has nowhere to go and just goes into the back room. Okay, anyway, sorry. So yes, what would happen is in that first corner incident, you would see after the race, the judges will put up so Dave Speed, Cockney, Black Sheep and Jag, all 4 cars would be under investigation to see what sort of penalty would come out. And then what will happen is all 3 judges will view it and they will make an unanimous decision on that and what the punishments will be. Sometimes it will be points deducted. Sometimes it will be a warning. There'll be all different things depending on what actually happened. Now in that case, although it was bad for Jag and Black Sheep, in this case, Cockney is completely absolved. He had nothing to do with it. He was sandwiched in the middle. Black Sheep and Jag also had nowhere to go. They were just pushed off wide, so they would be off. What I would do with Dave Speed, he would get a warning. He wouldn't get penalty for that. Well, his penalty would be a warning because he didn't blatantly, ram 4 cars off the track. He Cockney braked a bit. He swerved to go around him and go up the inside. The door closed, and to be fair to Dave, he had nowhere to go. The only thing he could have done was broke sharply, which was an option, but in the heat of the race you're not necessarily going to do that. So what would happen is, in this instance, Dave Speed would get a warning after the race, and what happens is your warnings are noted in a particular championship, that is. So Dave Speed would now have one warning in the Group 2 championship. If he got more warnings, and eventually he would lose some points. So he'd just get a light slap on the wrist. A bit like in Formula 1 where, you know, they get a £5 fine for swearing or whatever. It's our version of that, so it's a very light thing. If somebody, not Dave Speed here, I'm just saying somebody ploughed into everyone and knocked everyone off, then obviously they would get a DNF, as in they would be disqualified from the race, so that's very different. But I'm just trying to highlight that incident so you know exactly what's going to happen in the future, and I don't want people to get all stroppy about it, because that's just how it's going to have to work. Otherwise, we're going to have to put damage back onto full, and without the safety car, it means if you get damaged, it ruins your race. So we'd really not rather do that. I'd rather us police it this way. It does mean a lot more work for the judges, but we'll cope with it, and you just need to agree to. And what we need is also, we don't need people getting stroppy about it. All right, it is what it is. All right. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm not going to go on too much, and hope you are enjoying it, and I hope that explains the rules a bit clearer for you. And we will see you. Where are we first? Volvos 2025. Thank you.